But for my muffin.
First jam with the Captain Lee, and I'm 14.
Oh, yeah, that's it. The first time you've ever seen two 40-plus men in a Rob and Chappers.
Oh, yeah.
Rob and Chappers? Chappers and the Captain
Chappers
video.
and Trob and Rappers
Trob and
type
Trappers.
situazione. Yeah, so giant disclaimer, it was my birthday yesterday.
Happy birthday.
So I am a little bit tired, hungover. I went out late and saw Jurassic World, which was awesome.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet. I do want to go and see that at cinema.
It fits perfectly into the, well, it was a trilogy and now it's not.
What's a quantrology?
I don't know, but the third one was a bit rubbish before, so I think this actually replaces the third one and makes it much better.
Excellent stuff.
But
You'd
yeah.
think they would have learnt by now, wouldn't you? Don't mess with dinosaur, you know, DNA and all that kind of malarkey.
Malachi. You know what? He's great.
What?
He's
okay,
great.
so this is kind of a cool new video about some Fender guitars. Let me put this completely on camera. Now, Fender in the past have had a Time Machine series, which is all about going back to the 1950s and the 1960s and picking up a guitar that's, you know, as close a possible replica to that original guitar. And then you can either have it looking brand new or you can have it looking relics or all that kind of stuff. And then more recently, they've done stuff called Vintage Hot Rod, which is like, imagine you had an old guitar, but over the last 50 years, different parts of it had been modified. So maybe you had different pickups, different frets, different tremolo systems, all that kind of stuff. Now this is kind of the opposite of that. So this is, what you've got is a modern guitar now. So it's really simple range. There's literally a Strat and a Tele in the range, rosewood or maple fretboard options and different color options. That's as complicated as it gets. So this is a modern Strat, believe it or not. So we have a compound radius fretboard.
Nice.
With a 9.5-inch radius at this end, and I think it goes to a 12.5-inch radius down here. It's just a regular C-shaped feel. It has the modern, and again we'll have to zoom in, maybe take some sweep overs later. But
Bring
you have
it to the camera, bro.
I can do that, can't I?
We have that technology now.
The all-access kind of heel joint on here.
Yeah.
So can you see that? Which I think you get the same on the Telecaster, don't you? Just can you double check for me? Yes, you do.
Yeah.
We have the oxymoronly named narrow jumbo frets, or jumbo narrow, which I think means kind of jumbo quite high, but narrow quite
width,
not very wide.
Yeah.
But then we have a whole load of kind of vintagey kind of things on it. So we have the vintage style trem, we have the vintage style machine heads, and most obviously we have the vintage style look. Now the finish is, in my opinion, kind of the coolest new addition to the range. Historically, on Time Machine, you could either have a guitar that looked completely brand new,
Or absolutely knackered.
yeah, or completely knackered. There was a finish called Closet Classic, which was kind of like completely brand new, but left in the case under the bed sort of thing.
It was in the closet for a long time.
This is called the Journeyman series. Now, Journeyman, I think, is what everyone has been wanting for years from the custom shop, which is a, you know, like tiny weeny bit of relicking. So none
like
of this.
well.
Yeah, none of this kind of extreme relicking, and there's always the argument with extreme relicking as, you know, could that actually have really ever happened in normal life?
Yeah.
So this is what's called Journeyman. So the guitar itself, the series is called Postmodern. Postmodern meaning kind of like a new guitar but with old features. And the finish is called Journeyman. You don't have to have the Journeyman finish, so if you're thinking I would like a postmodern guitar looking absolutely brand new, you can have that. That's called NOS finish. And you can actually have these extreme relics if you want as well, but that's a custom finish.
So it's a bit like having a cool
I feel like
old...
I'm a long way away from you.
You are a long way away,
I know,
man.
I don't
Come
know.
on,
How does
bro.
that happen?
Bring in the physical love. So it's like having a cool old camper van, but with the Ferrari engine under the hood.
It's almost...
Almost
No,
not
it's
like
not.
that.
It's the other way around, isn't it?
Other
It's
way
like having a brand new Ferrari that you've made to look like a camper van. Does that make sense?
Well, you know what's great about this is that when I was in America, in Nashville, Johnny Highland turned up, who I'm a massive fan of. If you've never heard of Johnny Highland, please YouTube the guy. He is a he is probably, this is no exaggeration, probably, in my opinion, currently the best country player out there. And he is a absolute chicken picking shred machine. But not only does he do all the kind of proper chicken picking country stuff, he can shred like a crazy thing.
I think we're going to get shot down in the UK because I think America has a lot of quality. Vince Gill.
Oh no, Vince Gill's brilliant.
Heavens above.
People like Greg Koch, even, you know.
There's some ridiculous country
Ron
players,
Block.
but Johnny is up there, isn't he?
He is very busy as a session guy. He's very busy gigging. He's incredibly well respected. He turned up and he gave me a guitar lesson.
Yeah.
Oh, it was amazing. So I've made it my decision this year, since I'm 40, it's time to learn some country. So I've been learning all these cascading scales and interesting stuff from him, you know, over a few chats. It's been really cool. So now I get to play a Tele, and I can try out some of my new licks that I can barely play.
Well, I'd love to hear, because I really want to hear it. So this is the first time I've really got, you know, a chance to get my hands on these guitars, and it's completely the first time. I didn't even tell Rob what we were doing.
Talking of hands-on guitars, that's the best thing about this guitar, is that the second you feel the neck, you're like, oh, I've played this for 7 years, and it's already really comfortable, rolled in, beautiful, very nice, easy. It's not skinny, but just the perfect size of neck. Everything feels like a guitar that's old, and I've played a lot of old guitars, and it really does feel like an old guitar.
Well, it's a weird one, isn't it? Because I think the modern Fender American Standard Strat neck is a phenomenally comfortable guitar to play. You've got the rolled edges, but as I said, what they've done is sort of +1'd it here with the sort of the compound radius kind of vibe. But you've still only got the 21 frets, so it's a real sort of weird mishmash. But in like a, I know Fender always say this about when they bring it, you know, we've taken all the best bits and put them in. But I genuinely do kind of think with postmodern, they are really taking all the best bits to make a guitar. Should mention as well, these are all hand-picked ash for their weight.
Oh, it is.
So they're incredibly lightweight.
It's a shame that you can't see the grain through this paint, because it would look nice, because you can just kind of see it through that. It's a little bit opaque.
Well, they're all nitro finishes. And of course, they're heavily worn. You know,
Yeah.
the actual thickness of the nitro is worn. So I suspect there's probably not going to take. You know, if you're a fierce guitar player that plays a lot, it won't take you long before these guitars start to look quite a bit different to how they even do now in terms of the wear. So last couple of things just on Rob's guitar. He has the twisted Tele pickups, which again have been a really popular kind of slightly sort of gnarly sounding custom shop pickup.
Yeah.
Crazy kind of bullets on the saddle.
Are they actually bullets? They could be bullets.
They are actual.
You could unwind them and shoot some people if you
bullets,
needed to.
but don't do that.
Root 2 people down.
But look, and Rob's playing through a JCM 800. We thought we'd have a couple of amps today.
I've just got just got a Hall of Fame reverb, and that's it. There's nothing else going on other than the fact that it's not on. That's the first lick I learnt that I really enjoyed.
Do you know, I've met a few guitar players through Andertons that have said to me that these are guys that are top notch players in the UK, and they say they go to Nashville and you're out there thinking, you know, you're something sort of special in Nashville, and they go to a coffee shop in Nashville and see a guy playing for like peanuts who is even like better than they are, and they go like, Nashville's like the most depressing place in the world to go to as a guitar player if you think you're quite good, because you're just going to meet every other guitar player out there's just going to be
it's just, you know what it is, from a technique point of view, it's the chicken picking thing. Gives them complete control over all the strings, and they mute everything they want to mute. They can play much faster, in my opinion, than people that just pick, because they've got 3 picks, sometimes 4, and just like all that kind of stuff is very easy, because you're just using other techniques that most guitar players don't think about incorporating, which is really fun. So on the
qualities, you've been putting some practice in on the country.
Only a little bit. There's a couple of things I really can't do. I can't do that, and then there's another one.
You guys haven't seen this yet because it's not out, but Rob showed me on his iPhone. This is when he met Johnny Hyland. Johnny grabs some Chapman guitar and he literally goes, plays that riff that he just tried to.
Here's what was impressive about it.
150 miles an hour.
If you give any of us a guitar, you know what we do? We get it, we go, right. You get a feel for it, yeah? He just got an ML3 traditional, put it on, and went, that's a little bit low, boy, bring it up a little bit. And I crank it and he goes, right. And he's just off. And it's blistering.
He is a
we
player.
were just
he is a player.
I creased up, I couldn't handle it. It just did me in.
Let's go back to this guitar, because I must admit I'm absolutely loving these guitars.
Okay, bridge pickup.
Clean up a little bit.
It does clean up.
Now it's supposed to. It's got the grease bucket tone circuit in it as well. So again, it's supposed to do that kind of thing. Takes all of the sort of rolls all the tone off, but without necessarily sort of muddying up the guitar too bad.
That's nice with a little big. Yeah, that's very nice sound, yeah. Middle position. pickup. I'll get there one day. I'll end up doing. That's what I was looking for, that little cry.
If you're wondering what Rob's stomping on, it's just a spark boost. That's
yes,
it.
just a spark.
So,
great guitar.
I think what we'll do as well, I'll take you through the tones on the Strat, and then actually what we'll do is swap. So that, as you can see behind us here, there are also rosewood neck Teles and maple neck Strats. So what I'll do is I'll play the rosewood neck Tele and Rob can play the maple neck Strat. But anyway, so I'm using a Victory V10 for a little change here. So this is the Strat. So these have got the Fender Custom Shop 60s inspired pickups in here. 5-way selector like you would have on a modern Strat. Grease bucket tone circuit, nothing else terribly. You haven't got S1 switching or anything like that. So demonic chord. The neck and middle.
Now you just did what I did. You fell off the edge.
I did fall off the edge.
Now I think that's because the edges are very rolled, and if you're not used to beautifully rolled edges, and you're not compensating for that, sometimes it is possible to fall off the edge.
I fall off the edge all the time. It's a bit like Dave Grohl, you know.
Dave Grohl.
Yeah, I tried to say that in a...
What a hero.
Let's be fair. Let's respect, because...
Respect the Grohl.
How many of you out there could fall off a stage, physically break a bone in your leg? And
but did you see the break?
I saw the X-ray. Yeah, it's not. We're not talking like minor crack. We're talking about a bit of bone done this.
Yeah. But I'd have been funny. I'd have been like, nah. I'm gonna get me an indie takeaway. You know, sit down in front of TV.
To be fair, you know, and please don't take this the wrong way, Rob. You cancelled the tour because you got a cold.
I had pneumonia. I was sent home with pneumonia.
Dave Grohl, respect to you, physically broke a leg and came back after he had the cast put on and finished the gig. You all know that though, because that was like the biggest piece of news in rock world ever.
Yeah.
Although he has cancelled 2 gigs.
They probably injected him full of heroin so he could deal with the pain. You know?
Yeah. Anyway, so where were we? So. I can't even play that. Middle pickup. I can't play that riff.
That's got an ass on it.
Oh, it goes all weedy there, doesn't it?
I like that though.
You'll notice my amp is probably more Voxy, Marshall-y than it was Fender-y, because that is the sort of the nature of the Victory. I don't know if it's got a shorter tremolo arm on this or whatever, but I really like the fact that it's kind of... You can strum whilst holding the tremolo arm, you know.
It's kind of more practical that way, isn't it? Give it a bit of juice, bro.
This is the bridge pickup, just finally. And I've just, this is my EP boost pedal. So I love that kind of... And then if you actually put a drive pedal in with this as well. I've got very little gain on the drive pedal for that just slightly honky kind of... That's precisely the kind of tone that I like from a Strat. So, look, there really isn't much to tell you about these other than the fact that I have to say, I think, you know, this is a spectacular move from Fender.
That's kind of what everybody wants, isn't it?
It is what everybody wants. Just so you guys know, you know, again, you're probably thinking, oh, how much are these? They're going to cost me an absolute arm and a leg.
Yep.
Well, they do. Absolutely. In the words of Stella Artois, they are reassuringly expensive. One of these is, at the moment in the UK, about £2,300. What I will do, actually, is grab the case for one, because I'm informed the case is beautiful, and there's lots of nice case candy in there as well. But well done, Fendera.
1, 2, 7, play together.
Hold that. Hold that. Nice cases. I should show you nice cases these come with. I sound a bit like Yoda there. Nice cases these come with.
That was good.
Or these cases come with nice.
Yeah,
what
ooh,
these
that is
guitars
nice.
go. So there's tons of stuff. You've got, it looks like you've actually got like some sort of Fender beach towel or something in here.
Nice.
You've got, which one have I got here? I must have the Telecaster. So you've got the ashtray.
The smell is sending me high.
You've got the ashtray cover if you buy the Telecaster. You've got strap locks. You've got a nice black leather Fender Strat. You've got a Fender custom toolkit. You've got a posh Fender cable. And of course, the ultimate, most important thing, the custom shop certificate signed by Mr. Tom Montgomery, the director of the Fender.
And also it smells of Fender in that
It smells of Fender, doesn't it?
Yes. This neck feels different from the other neck. Is that because they're different models, or are they identical?
They'll be identical, probably a slightly different setup. And obviously you've got a rosewood board. But no, the neck, there is no, like there's no options of like 50s or 60s or anything. It's just, this is it. It is what's called
the options of buy it or don't buy it.
That's it. That's the option.
I would buy it.
Don't buy it. Cool, man. All right, well.
Thank you for watching this video presentation.
Merci beaucoup.
Apologies for my
Pour regarder le video présentation.
Je vous en prie. Apologies for my birthday hungover playing issues, and yes, please
so get down to Andertons or you know, another fine guitar store and say, you know, Mr. Guitar Shop person, I want to try a Fender postmodern guitar, because they are absolutely fab.
Yes.
Anyway,
I'm Chappers.
and I'm the captain.
See you guys later.
Kapow! all British.